Hi everyone, welcome back to Tangle Tresses 10. So this video is going to be regarding starter locks. You know, I wanted to address all my newbies, my beginners, because I know that's a very difficult period, especially if you don't have the right information to guide you. So I just wanted to give you guys all the information that I have acquired over the year and 8 months that I've been locked. And yeah, the first thing I want to address is how you start your locks. It's very important. I mean, the result is going to be the same, but whether you want like a low maintenance or a high maintenance kind of, you know, startup process, it's very important that you pick the right one to fit your personality or your liking, right? You can start up your locks with comb coils, with 2-strand twists, with 3-strand twists, or you can interlock, and then there's sister locking, right? So I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I started my locks with comb coils. As I said in the last video, I went to a loctician. I suggest if you are getting comb coils that you go to a loctician, especially because comb coils are kind of tricky, especially if you're not skilled. If you're not skilled with a comb and you don't exactly know how to maneuver it, it can be kind of tricky. But if you are confident in yourself in how you can manipulate your hair like that, fine, do it yourself. I don't know, I just felt in my mind, I just feel like, you know, having your hair in comb coils will keep the lock, keep the hair together, keep it intact. It will be less of a hassle when it comes to unraveling, because 2-strand twists, even though yeah, the twisting of it is keeping it together, I think it's much easier for a 2-strand twist to unravel as opposed to comb coils, you know. So that's why I chose comb coils to start my locks, right? Personally, I think everyone should just go to a loctician just to start it off, just to ensure that the gridding is right and that you're getting exactly what you want, especially if you want your locks to be uniform. If you want your locks to be uniform, I think you should go to a loctician or have someone help you part your hair and show you the section and ensure that they're sectioning it properly and giving you the best locks that you would love. I did go to a professional, but at the same time I feel like I didn't tell her exactly what I wanted, and at the time I wasn't aware of the hair typing on my head. So when I got my locks done, when I got them installed, you know, I have very loose texture on top of my head, and then on the sides my texture is very fine. I want to show you something now. Like, my locks are thick, right, but this is like one of my thinnest locks, right? And if you look at that compared to, okay, let's see if I can get you here. Oh, okay, this is one of my thickest locks. His name is Buddha, you know, I love him dearly. Let's see if I can get my hair back into the style that I just did, you know, because I think it's kind of cute. Yeah, so I mean, if you want all of your locks to be one size, it's very important that you take this into consideration, the hair typing, the different textures on your head. You know, whether your hair is fine in one area or it's thicker in one area, you might want to make the locks that you're forming in that area that is fine a little bit thicker, or accumulate more hair into one lock. As opposed to, you know, the thicker texture on your head, you might want to do less, or just, you know, just gauge it and kind of see what you want to do. When I first did my locks, when I first got them installed, they were really skinny and tiny. I couldn't believe how small they were, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this isn't what I wanted. I want thick locks, what is this, ew. And then, you know, you start to wash it, and then, you know, the budding stage comes in, and you're just like, oh, it's kind of getting thick now, oh my gosh. And, you know, it gets thicker and thicker until, you know, you're overwhelmed by how much hair you have on your head, you know. So you have to be patient when it comes to that. Just know that when you get your locks installed, whether it be comb coils, whether it be 2-strand twists, especially, no, well, let me speak for comb coils because that's what I got. They're going to shrink up. They are going to shrink up, in my case, to about 1/3 of the size. Like my hair, when I got comb coils, my comb coils were probably, yeah, they were probably this long when I had just gotten them. No, they're probably this long when I had just gotten them done, and then they shrunk up because the lock will kind of compress and kind of yeah, the hair will just kind of shrink up, and then it will take a little while to grow back to the length that you already originally had your hair at. But you know, just be prepared for that. It's not going to be long. Your hair is going to shrink up. It's natural hair, I'm sorry. Washing your hair, this is one of the big conundrums of Locs. You know, you want to ensure that when you're washing your hair isn't unraveling. You want to ensure that your hair is being kept clean, your scalp isn't itching you. You know, you just want to alleviate all of that. When I had started Locs, like within the first 4 to 6 months, I didn't really experience itching, and I don't know if it's because I have a different kind of scalp than everyone else, because everyone else has been complaining about itchy scalp, and you know, there's so tea tree oil everywhere, and you know, crazy. But I haven't really had that problem. Maybe it's because of the technique and the methods that I have used. Let me tell you what I did. So I got my Locs installed at Just Naturals Hair Studio, shout out, and then I waited 4 weeks before I went back for them to give me my first retwist, right? So when I got the retwist, I waited 3 weeks until I washed and retwisted my hair myself. When I washed and retwisted my hair myself, I used the banding method, which I did do a tutorial on this in my how to wash locks when not retwisting. I'll just put a link like here somewhere. But I have a full tutorial on it, on how I actually wash it and keep it, you know, intact. But I will in the near future. Don't worry, guys. So guys, I'm here to tell you that water is your friend. Your locks love water. Water is like the key to getting them to lock. You cannot influence your hair to lock without water. It's very important. So like, don't like starve your hair of water, and don't starve your hair of being washed or at least rinsed out. You need to do that, you know, so that the lock can form in itself and interweave and do what it needs to do, you know. So, you know, ensure that you are introducing your hair to water regularly when you are in that first stage. My routine was very different back then. I didn't know what exactly I was doing, so I'm not even going to tell you what I did in terms of moisturizing my hair back then. But you know, in terms of retwisting, in the first couple months I did use gels. I used Jamaican mango and lime locking gel. I don't suggest anyone use that because I've had a very bad experience with it. I retwisted my hair with that gel, and I just got buildup. Like within 2 weeks, I just saw buildup at the root of my lock, and that was one of the most horrifying things I've ever seen. I never knew that a product could do that so quickly. It could have been just the gel, or it could have been the gel that the loctician had put in my hair, because the loctician had this big vat of brown sticky gel that she used in my hair, and I don't know what exactly was in it. It didn't have a label on it, but that's what she was using, and I don't know, it worked. It kept my my comb coils intact for a very long time, but I'm sure that there were some harmful ingredients in it. So maybe along with the gel that my loctician used and the gel that I had purchased, which is the Jamaican mango and lime, maybe that worked together to like cause a great deal of buildup at that time. So just be cognizant of that. Be careful of the products that you use when retwisting your hair, especially in the first couple months, because those can kind of remain in your hair and build up, you know. And then that's the time that you would have to do like an apple cider vinegar rinse, or you know, all of these things to correct all of that. So just be cognizant of that, you know. I wouldn't suggest that anyone really use that product in particular. My rule of thumb when it comes to gels is you get a clear gel that doesn't have any alcohol, doesn't have any of those harmful ingredients, you know, that can keep your hair intact. I know that I see Fantasia gel. I used it a couple times. It worked really good, but you know, I'm not trying to kind of suggest any products that you go out and buy, because I don't use any products in my hair currently. I don't use any gels in my hair currently, so I think that people can retwist their hair without product or without heavy gels. But if you're in that beginning phase of locking, you may want to get, you know, a heavier gel or something that can hold your hair together, you know. So just get a clear gel that, you know, sits well with your soul. After the first time that I retwisted my own hair, I think I retwisted every 2 weeks, and then once I got comfortable and once my locks started to get denser and thicken up and to be sturdier, I think I started washing my hair more frequently and retwisting less. I probably started retwisting my hair, washing my hair every 2 weeks, and then I started washing my hair every week afterward. Conditioning, I don't suggest you condition your hair before the first, let's say, before the first 6 months have passed, or at least you can judge whether or not your hair is dense enough to handle conditioner. You understand? Once your hair has somewhat matured, you can use conditioner. I am an advocate for conditioning your locks. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think that as long as your locks are mature, I don't think that conditioner will cause them to unravel, because the locks are already set. So, you know, there's nothing the conditioner can really do to unravel your locks. I wouldn't condition my hair like every week, but I will condition my hair, and I will deep condition my hair and do all of those things that I used to do when I was loose natural. You know, I don't see why we can't do the same things that we used to do when we were loose natural. I've done protein treatments, including egg. I've done avocado treatments. You know, you just have to know exactly how to do these things and tailor it to your hair type, and then you will be fine, right? The ugly stage, I mean, there's no getting around it. There's no getting around it. I think it's just a rite of passage for everyone that has locks. Your locks are not going to look pretty. It's gonna look like some little bumpy twigs. I don't know what to call them, but you know, you just need to kind of have patience. I'm sorry to tell you, there's no really quick shortcut to really speed up the process of locking. You just have to wait it out, you know, stay like a champ and just go on through with the thing, you see me? I think in modern society we all just like to achieve the results so quickly, and locks kind of humble us and just say, no bitch, sit your ass down, this is gonna happen when I say it's gonna happen, you know? So I feel like we just need to calm down and have patience when it comes to locks and the process that we have to go through. And you can get synthetic locks, but it's not the same, sorry. It does look pretty, but you know. Okay, so that's it for this video. If I've missed anything, or if you want to know anything else about my starter lock experience, just, you know, comment below or shoot me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So thank you again for watching Tangle Tresses 10. Comment, like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Bless up.